age or older, or 50 years of age or older with an underlying health condition. So there is a place to schedule an appointment online, or you can leave a voicemail with your name, date of birth, and a callback number at 313-291-7740. Appointments are made on a first-come, first-served basis, and your appointment information will be provided to you during your callback. And please be advised that state and county guidelines change. The qualifications may change, and I believe there was one other. There have been, and Mayor, correct if I'm wrong, 3,098 total vaccinations in Taylor. 427 are scheduled between tomorrow and Saturday. And again, I already read there were 2 different texts about calling for an appointment, but I know some of us work the event, and it was so well ran, very incredible. All of the people who worked taking phone calls and driving people back and forth to their cars if they couldn't get there. I mean, I think it was just a really great effort.
The numbers sound correct, Mr. Chairman. I don't have them in front of me, what they are, so I'll assume that they're accurate. It sounds about right. One thing I just want to point out, because we unfortunately have to be the bearer of bad news at times. We are working within the framework created by the Wayne County Health Department and Senior Service Department. So we will get people that call and reference the governor's changed orders. At this point in time, the county's still not, they're not in line with the amount of vaccines that are available in the governor's orders, so they're still serving the greatest need, which are seniors and adults 50 and up with underlying conditions. And I think those underlying conditions are identified. There have been some exceptions that the county has allowed to occur, but unfortunately people call and they're 45 and diabetic, and we ask the county, we try, we do put the effort into trying to get them in, and unfortunately the answer's been no most of the time, and we have to deal with somebody that's very unhappy with that answer. So we're doing the best we can with the opportunities that we have, and we'll continue to communicate accordingly, but just please bear with us, because we are at the mercy of Wayne County at this time. And they have been great to work with. I mean, they've been really accommodating. They've done a great job. I'm not complaining about it. I just know when we tell somebody no, it turns into a really ugly phone call for our staff.
Through the chair, and I would agree that the county is not on the same necessarily schedule as the state, but I do think the state announced today that people can start calling for the one that's is it at Ford Field?
Correct.
Yeah. I think they started taking appointments
That is correct.
Yeah, so I think just reach out if you want to get the vaccine, reach out to as many places as you can.
Yeah, that's good advice. I know a lot of people will say, well, I don't want to drive down to Ford Field when it's happening in right in my city, and we agree, and we'll try, but sometimes, unfortunately, the answer has been no.
I just have one item that I want to bring up for discussion. I know you all got my email, and Mayor, I don't know if you're aware, so the owner of the photography studio, or the lease holder of the photography studio at Heritage Park, reached out a few weeks ago, I guess, to Representative Garza's office, and had given me a call, and Tim and I talked about it. We talked to Guido, we talked to Jeff Baum, got a lot of information, and I relayed that to his office, his staff person. I thought it was a dead deal, but then she's been contacting me like 3 different times, so I thought the fair thing was to bring it up, make you all aware.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I don't know any of these details, so if you could maybe start from the beginning.
So, yeah, she contacted them about her rent at the studio going from $600 to $1,000, which does seem a lot, but however, I know that we approved those increases back in the beginning of the year, January, the end of last year. Whenever it was. And I've gotten more information from Guido that, the maintenance is included, and it's almost 2,000 square feet, and the locale. I mean, I'm not in disagreement that $1,000 that's a reasonable price. However, she's letting us, what she's expressed to me is that her business has been severely impacted during COVID, and it was just a large increase at this particular time. So now I know there are other council members that brought it up to ask questions that I can't answer. She's asked to come to the meeting tomorrow during open business to kind of state the case, but it's my understanding that she never reached out to Guido or you or anybody else.
Mr. Chairman, I've heard nothing about this. And furthermore, I know that she has been extended the application for the small business grant.
And that's what Mr. Brown told me, and she
Yeah.
refused to do it, and she does admit that herself.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, you know, when, I know when Guido, negotiated the rate with her, he did look at comparable rates, and for what she receives for the $1,000 per month, and I don't believe it's every month, because I think there's some months that she doesn't have to pay.
Depending on weather conditions.
Yeah, and keep in mind that she also has a lot of activities outside of the four walls of her building within Heritage Park. So, yeah, so all that was taken into consideration, and I know that we felt, based on the analysis, that $1,000 was still fair, and I believe she signed the lease and didn't
Yeah,
object to it,
that's
so.
a correct question. When was the lease? Yeah.
Did she sign the lease knowing that her rate,
Yeah.
she knew that, right?
Everything,
Okay.
yeah,
It wasn't.
Was that
it wasn't
last year, or-
Increased midterm, it was an expired lease.
correct.
We're gonna extend, here's the terms through which we will
Okay,
extend.
so that was back in like 2019.
I don't know the date, but I know that all of those facts are true. And I know that she did express, after the fact, the pandemic has impacted her business. We delivered personally an application packet of the small business relaunch.
That's what, yeah.
Apparently, for whatever reason, she did not complete the application process. That would have been potentially $7,500 of assistance. Yeah, this is the first I'm hearing of any concerns with the lease.
Maybe we can find like that expiration, because the leases that I'm thinking of that we did recently were rec center leases, not Heritage Park leases. So I don't remember exactly when, but if we've got a copy of this extension, it's expired, here's 3 more years, do you agree? Let's look at that,
Yeah, the
and
date on the lease?
I feel like it was when we did the Maggie Sweet Shop
Yeah, I
one.
think they were
That was maybe
concurrent.
the summer.
Spring or summer, yeah.
This whole past year
I
has
know.
been a blur.
Yeah. Now, in her defense, I think anybody that signed the lease in
Sure.
April, May, June probably didn't know what we now know, and that's why there's some of those programs that are out there to help them. I would encourage her to apply for the $7,500, because that's probably a quicker, easier path for financial assistance.
Right. Several months last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a 1,900 square foot facility for $1,000 a month.
And she
is-
has been encouraging, I
Yeah.
brought it up with her too, and she keeps saying that other people probably need it more, so I don't know.
So far, we have one additional applicant, so.
Okay.
And that also, I wanted to bring up, I don't know if Jeff, well, it looks like everybody's gone.
They got a little,
The rental assistance that we launched, we have only had one applicant. We have reached out a lot of different ways. We're gonna try to get creative and do some additional outreach, but again, there's that package of available resources is out there for anybody that's struggling financially. So there's tools out there. We just got to get people to apply and take advantage of those.
I asked Jeff to come up and talk about it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
okay.
Let people be
That is-
aware of it.
Very surprising.
Yeah, I suspect that we're good with Dave and we don't need him to attend tomorrow is because he has a conflict. That's what I asked him to hang around for.
I can work out the conflict, but you guys, sounds like you don't need me for tomorrow.
let's
I
get
don't-
together with them at 6 a.m. instead, just to, any
I
follow-up
think that's
questions.
most
Surprisingly, he'll probably be ready for it.
I won't.
That's what we get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of this. This is all news. I can ask Guido to pull up the details of her expired lease and send it over when her new lease was signed.
And I think he already had, but I noticed that he had to leave, it was kind of gone a little bit before.
Yeah, I think I lost track of time too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and he's given us some details verbally, but I just.
Yeah, the real issue becomes, I mean, she's a for-profit business. I believe it's still a very, very fair lease for what she's being afforded. And there's a lot of photographers that would probably be chomping at the bit for something comparable. Now, I'm not suggesting we push her out, but I know that at the time she signed the lease, there was no objections until, we're in mid-March, and this is the first I'm hearing literally 12 months after the fact.
Right. And do you recall that Widow said that she wants to go with real estate at that time? Or was that, did that not come up?
I know that was asked, I don't remember, I can't remember.
I know, I can't remember either.
I could think, probably.
But and keep in mind too that the lease includes maintenance, snow, grass, I believe. I don't think there's any, I think she pays her own utilities. if
Yeah,
I'm
we did some
correct.
exterior work this year on the property. We take care of all of that. And again, we're really lenient with her. She does Easter egg hunts in the park and different photographs in the park. You know, so we afford her that opportunity as well. And I know that there's a lot of photographers that also do that. The advantage she has is she's right there.
Right.
This year, she did miss out on Santa's Magic Forest, and that's unfortunate. You know, we were unable to have that, and I know she is the normal photographer for them. Yeah.
I mean,